Hello, and welcome to Paint Minis Live. I'm your host, Bill T. Welcome to the Creation Cave, where we create and explore and have just a good time. So tonight, I was planning on doing some creepy crawlies and some little centipede guys and whatnot, and then I got a package in the mail, and it ended up being models, and I was really excited about that. We've got some fun stuff to open up tonight. We have not one but two models of the Emperor of Mankind, from a source not to be named, and I'm really excited about it because I think a lot of folks know I'm kind of a 40K nerd. I really, get into a lot of that stuff. How's it going, Von Gifford? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Hope you're doing well. So I'm going to grab our box here, get the other camera rolling, and we can see what we have to work with tonight. So I just quickly move a couple of things around in the world's messiest studio, because that's just kind of how I roll. All right, let us take a quick look-sees here. All right. Why is my shirt showing in reverse? That's a good question. I think it's maybe the webcam might be mirrored, I think. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to use this software. It's pretty fun though. I've been working on it. Let's get our work camera up. Can you hear me now, by chance? See if restarting that worked at all. Because that's really weird that I can... Huh. Yeah. Okay, you guys can hear me back now. Okay. All right. Once again, still learning how to use some of this new software that I'm using to kind of do some of the overlay stuff and whatnot. And sometimes it just likes to hiccup on me, and you know, what do you do? But let's go back to our pile of shame here real quick. Okay. So, anywho, we have a bunch of bags of 3D printed stuff, and these are not one but two Emperor models that I got from a place. And I'm not going to name the place, because if you name the place, what happens is the overlords of the IP will come and shut it down. So I'm not going to do that. But as you can kind of see here, we've got a lot of stuff on supports from the 3D printing place, and we'll have to get rid of those and actually kind of like build up our model. Looks like there are some instructions that are online for this model to be built. So we'll probably end up doing some of that stuff. But yeah, right. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Yeah. Carefully remove out the talons and the rest of the bits. These look really good, though. It kind of looks fragile. I'm not gonna lie. It looks quite fragile. But would you look at that, man? Wow. Look at all those crazy little bits and bobs. It looks like this is his kind of like cloak, and then we've got some pauldrons. Oh man, look at his like shin guards. They're all sorry. The shin guards are all like super detailed. Okay, I'm a little bit in love, friends. I've been waiting for this model for months. Legitimately months. Okay. So I think this is like one of the build plates for it. This looks like some them bits. Got another whole package here. This looks like a duplicate of this one. So this is bag one. We also have a cloak here. We're just gonna try and figure out one of these at a time. Okay, we've got some swords here. That's good. I'm just gonna use my sprue cutters for this. Gonna open up another bagsy. It's like Christmas. I'm telling you, whenever I get new models, I feel like it's Christmas. That's kind of my thing. We have 3 live chat lounge cats in the studio. Thank you all for being here. I'm excited to build this with you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so here's another base. All right, so we're sorting out the parts slowly but surely here. Okay. So let's start at the base and kind of work our way up. I feel like some of these are going to be sub-assembly bits that we're going to have to do one by one, but we'll kind of see what happens here. My original idea is, depending on the actual size of the model, is one's going to be a statue, another one is going to be the Emperor alive, like during... like in the lore of Warhammer 40,000, the Emperor was alive for a time, 10,000 years ago or something like that. he fought his son and ended up dying from a big old battle they had. And there's a lot more to it than that, but that's kind of a very dirty summary of it. But he was alive for a while, so then he ended up getting strapped to life support essentially, and that's where most of the modern stuff comes from. So I want to make one of him alive and another one as a statue where, you know, people started worshiping him as a god at some point too, which was fun, I guess. I'm maybe regretting my decision to start. The instructions recommended that you don't tear off the supports and like literally cut them. So I'm trying to follow that, but man, is it a little tedious here. I'm kind of getting it everywhere. This is like, this feels a bit like drunk modeling. I'm getting a little sloppy modeler going on. So that's fun. Let's see if I can just get the majority of these guys off with just my fingers. I don't think I'm going to do this for all the parts, but considering that this is just the flat base bit, I think we can kind of get away with it. So how's it going out there tonight? What's going on? What's going on with everybody? I'm gonna go ahead and keep just chopping away at this massive block of supports. I feel like this is gonna be I will say this, they're sturdy. So I'm happy that it's a quality item. Where does the Emperor of Mankind come from? Comes from Warhammer 40,000, the tabletop game. That's the IP behind it. One of those Games Workshop things. There's a lot of controversy with that company right now, and some stuff going on in the background. I didn't really care to make a hoopla out of it. I mean, I really didn't. Whether or not I buy their stuff, I mostly just buy their models because I think they look cool. Every once in a while I'll pick something up from them, but I tend to go to like towards other brands now, and that's just personal preference. Some people are really into it though. They like their stuff from that company. Okay, cool. So we managed to get the majority of these guys off. Bam. We'll put you guys back on there. Okay. So there we have it. I think probably could do with a little bit of sanding in the future, but we got a nice little oval base. That's nice. And I'm just going to shake this guy off. In my disposal bin. Probably break this off here. Got a, I think this is part of a pauldron. I'm going to kind of carefully try to remove this guy. There we are. Going to be very careful about removing some of these supports. It looks like they cured well. Let's get a little close up of this eagle head here. Company that did it. It looks like they cured well. Let's see, there we go. I'm not seeing a lot of shinies left behind from uncured resin from the print process, so that's pretty cool. Should be for what I paid for it. Let's actually go ahead. We'll put our bits in this bag for now. I'm just gonna do a little bits, put them in there. Okay. Trying to keep it clean because there's so many of these sprues, these little support objects coming around. All right, this guy can go away, I think. This could kind of make for some cool terrain, though, if I'm being honest. I think it could, anyways. Trying to be a little bit selective with some of these that are, just more delicate areas of some of these pieces. Because it looks like there are quite a few little supports that are holding up various little things. Okay. Just getting them all sorted out. There's actually more than I thought there would be for some bits of it, anyways. Let's see if I can get these guys out of the way. There we go. All right. Can kind of break off the pieces that I've already gone through. I think more or less trying to just detach the ones that would require it to get the... There we go. Okay. Get these little bits. So we have a nice kind of rock podium, I suppose, to put our model on. I'm just gonna finish cleaning up some of these guys that are tucked away. We'll probably have to sand these guys down a little bit. How's it going, Calvinoni, the one and only? How you doing, my friend? We're working on a 3D printed model tonight of the Emperor of Mankind from Warhammer 40,000. I was so excited to get this box in the mail that I couldn't help myself. I had to start building. There was no other way. So we have this, and we have this guy. Let's kind of put one of these together and see if there's any direction to it. It does not appear that there is a serious direction to it. So there's our plinth, kind of our base for our model to sit on. Now, this bit here, I believe, goes over one of these. It looks like it's got an attachment point somewhere in there. Yeah. I'm just gonna carefully see how these pull off. There we are. Let's see, is it over here? Can it fit? I think you might actually go right in there. Okay, here we are. So now we have some drapery involved. We've got a nice little kind of, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's some type of drapery to make our base look even cooler. A tactical rock. Yes, this is the largest tactical rock. I've totally forgot about tactical rocks. Yeah, I heard that term just recently and was like, man, tactical rocks. Why haven't I picked that up sooner? All right, so this bit here is going to be the tough part. We've got, our base is done. All that is good. This bit's going to be the tough bit, I think. There are some extremely detailed bits in here. So I'm thinking each one of these is going to have to be its own procedure to get off the sprue. Because these power claws are very much so going to be a problem. They're like big talony things hanging out on here. You can kind of see them. This bit right here, these guys, very kind of, and as well as the heads. The heads actually have like some seriously fine bits of hair on there that are, they have little supports on them. So I'm going to have to be very careful. I'm going to use the good ones for this. My heavy duty metal boys for this. Just trying to snip away at these little individual supports. Because, man, do these come down to a point. That's pretty gnarly. Whatever printer they were using to make this is, like, ridiculously high resolution. I feel like maybe I should just start chopping at the bottom like I did with the other one and get the piece off and then start removing bits from there. That seems like the play, friends. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I think now, knowing what I would know, I would probably just start using like a little miniature bone saw or something. Can kind of unwrap a decent amount of this. I think this is why a lot of people like recommend that you would essentially go and want to take these off prior to curing a model once it's 3D printed. I can definitely understand why someone would want to do that at this point, because this is a lot to try and... They're very stiff, and it's a little bit of an issue to try and get this guy off. And I don't want to like tear it off either, because those claws are just absolutely fine pointed. What is holding you on here, friend? It would appear nothing but force of will. Oh, there we go. Hello. All right. So now we got our claw bit here. We can kind of work out how to get it off now. Like a glove. There we are. Wow. That is some ridiculous resolution. That is pretty good. That looks quite astounding. What a fun little bit. All right. So I'm going to put you over here. I think we're going to leave some of these out of a baggie. So I think we're probably going to want to get some like legs and such going on. Holy man, these pauldrons are going to be fun too. Let's see if we can make these into smaller pieces here. I feel like that might be a decent play. Okay. Well, the backpack came off too, so that's fun. Got our little backy packy. I've never really worked with 3D printed models before, and this is, I'm telling you, this is an experience for sure. Have you worked with 3D models in the past? Let me know if you've got any tips. I'd be more than tickled pink. I feel like the play of kind of getting these guys off at the base has been working out well for me. Seems like once you get some of the major ones out of the way, the rest tend to follow in short order. I'm really going to need to vacuum in here. All right. Holy man, that is wild. Painting this is going to be a process. I have a feeling this is going to be a couple, like another 16-part series. Look at that. There's like people praying on the like armor, and that screaming face is just delightful. Little sachets. It's even got like, it's kind of like burning as well. All right, cool. I dig it. I dig it. Off to our next bit. Go ahead and see if we can split off maybe the torso. This appears to just like to crack, so we're gonna methodically work our way through this a little bit. Where am I? I'm over here. There we are. Again, just kind of... It's getting everywhere. It's a lot of fun. Taking on the Herculean tasks. This guy kind of reminds me of Hercules a bit. It's supposedly this demigod. Go ahead and just snip some of these. This is like some ridiculous level of detail. Okay, you're attached by your arm. It's like its own mini little puzzle getting this guy out. I guess it's because it's got so many... Definitely going to want to vacuum in here at this point. Looks like there were some bits that had kind of not quite caught in the printing process. We'll deal with those a little later. So we have our torso here. Again, really kind of cool sculpt on this with the eagle in the front. It's just sculpted all the way around. Holy man. This ought to be fun. I think each piece of this is probably going to be... There's the backpack. But I think each piece of this is going to have to be gone through, and maybe a decent amount of it's going to have to be painted separately. Try and pick up a little bit along the way, I suppose. Probably help me out in the long run. So I guess just note to self, if you're buying a 3D printed model, beware of the supports, because you're going to be doing a lot of them. All right. And we'll get, we'll see if we can't get our leggedy bits. I'm going to try chopping off some of the supports over here so I can get to them. All right. I'm just trying to remove them. It's like it all kind of came on one plate. All right. There are some very skinny bits on this model. feel like we might have to deal with some of these heads. It's like playing a game of Operation with with this bad boy. Just there's quite a few of these supports, and especially the head bit here is like it's got itself quite a few supports because it's got like a lot of these little hair bits. I think a couple of these guys could go. So I think I'm kind of managing to get the most of them without. Okay. Wow. I wish I had some forceps or something. I should really invest in a pair of forceps. Oop, okay, that's just gonna fly off of there. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, just from this one little bit here, you've got, I mean, the wispy, very wispy hair going on. And look how thin those are. Absolutely, really thin. So we're gonna be careful with those. Looks like there's a couple of different hairstyles to choose from. It's a lot of fun. Let's see if maybe I can just kind of. Reposition you a little bit. There we are, friends. Kind of working a little bit over here, so. Looks like the camera's going on the fritz a little bit. Let me fix that real quick. Huh. Still doing this again, huh? Oh boy. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. We're getting a lot farther than I thought we would tonight, to be honest. All right. All right, one moment here. I'm just gonna restart the stream. Well, not the stream, but the camera. It's gonna blank out everything real quick. All right. Let's see if that helped at all. No, it didn't. All right. Well, that was fun. We got some stuff off of the build plate, which is nice. That's pretty cool. But it looks like due to once again a fussy camera, I'm a little bit stuck, and I'm sure that'll kind of work its way out. I think I started off with StreamYard as kind of the original piece of kit that I was using to stream out to everybody on the different platforms: YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. We're all streaming there. So I started off with that, and then I've kind of moved over to this Restream software because it added in a couple of things I thought would be nice, like having the ability to see the chat so that if anybody came in from any other places, they could see what everybody else was talking about, because we did have some folks that came in from Twitch, and I was making conversation in the chat as usual, but I'm sure for them they were a little confused as to who I was responding to and the ghost in the room. So I wanted to have the overlay and whatnot, and I'm still, I thought I kind of had it all in one bag, but it looks like I'm still, I still have some work to do to kind of make everything function right. And it's just growing pains. Luckily, I'm small, and I have a wonderfully loyal audience like you guys to be here and to support me as I kind of transition and learn the ropes of this whole streaming thing, which is nice. I think the next step in all of this is just to probably go and do it direct from OBS, which is another piece of streaming software that I've used in the past. It's just much more clunky, and it's harder to do a lot of things with, but I think I can kind of make everything work here eventually. Tonight, we're kind of getting, I guess, brick-walled with tech and cameras and such, but we'll work it out as time progresses. I think I will probably end up getting most of this stuff off the build plate tonight or tomorrow. We'll go and do maybe some NPC stuff on Monday. I think we'll kind of go back to that, but I'll get all of the parts and bits and pieces. I was thinking this was going to be a bit, maybe a quicker process, but I also knew it could take some time, and so I was ready to have a longer stream tonight. But due to the technical difficulties part of it, I guess it's just going to be a short one, which leaves me with some time again to get these off of their supports and into a state where we can watch it all be assembled, which I think is the fun part and what we all kind of want to watch. So stay tuned for Let's Build the Emperor Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, on the horizon, which will be fun. Collecting Chaos, good to see you. Good to see you. I didn't do it. Nice. But yeah, I think that's kind of where that's at. If anybody has any topics they'd like to kind of chat about, I guess now would be the time to do it, and we'll just kind of have a little chat, see what's going on with each other, and I'll probably end up signing off from there. But man, I'm telling you, some of this technical stuff, it's a lot. I like to think myself as somewhat of a tech savvy person, but as a millennial, I'm pretty tech inept. You know what I mean? I have the skills, like I can put things in a folder and put that folder somewhere on the computer and know where it is, or I can write an email and send it. Got a lot of soft skills when it comes to computers. I've even got a little bit more, technical experience with, how to mod some video games and stuff like that. It's taught me some rudimentary things that deal with coding or different types of file formats. But this streaming stuff is kind of a different ballgame. It's its own beast. That's a good point. Collecting Chaos. I was just mentioning that a minute ago. I started with StreamYard, but I started having a lot of problems when I put the really high resolution camera into StreamYard. It would have a lot of problems with registering, or like the authority to just for the web browser to access it. This one, on the other hand, just has, I don't know what's going on there, but it's either it has to do with allowing access to it, or maybe just the cable. I think I might need to find a different cable for it that fits the camera better. I'm not sure if the company has one, but I'll probably end up investing in a nicer cable for it that I know will work out a bit better. But as well as using, OBS, I can use scene switchers and stuff, and we can get different views, and I can have more camera angles and whatnot, so that it can be fun. You can switch camera angles. I don't have to go around and actually physically move the camera. So on and so forth. I'll probably still have to move it around a bit, just because I only have the one camera, since I essentially had to sell a kidney in order to get that. But I did like StreamYard. StreamYard is great if you're kind of doing a more of a vlog style stream, or if you're doing recording videos. Just like Collecting Chaos has some wonderful videos of him out there talking about his comic books and the different kinds of comic books. I was learning about that the other day, watching one of your videos there, Collecting Chaos, learning about what exactly the different formats and types of comic books there are out there, and the kinds of collectors that collect them. I thought that was really cool. I had a lot of fun with that. So anyways, it's great for a lot of stuff that you regularly do, and then this restream stuff kind of takes it a little bit further. And then there's OBS, which is a totally technical beast, and but you can do a lot with it. But we'll see what happens. Luckily, it's Thursday and the last day of the stream cycle for me, which means I have Friday and the rest of the week to kind of deal with it. And we'll be back on Monday. Before I leave, I should probably make everybody aware, too, that we will not be having a stream Thursday of next week. As well, Thursday the 25th, we won't be having a stream, as well as Monday the 29th. I will not be anywhere near the Creation Cave. So just a heads up, we won't be streaming those days. And I'll put that out there in a community post too. OBS is indeed open source. That's correct. Which is kind of why it's technical, but it also has a lot of really cool things that you can do in there with it. Like the ability to do things like scoreboards and other things, which I think would be just dandy if I had something like that to do some live stream gameplay. If I can ever clean this place out, some live stream gameplay of actual tabletop games, particularly the Halo Flashpoint game that's coming out from Mantic. I'm really looking forward to some live gameplay, hopefully with my buddy Jack, or maybe you can find some friendos to get together and play some Halo with. But I'd like to set up a table back here somewheres and do a nice top-down shot and a couple other camera angles, and we can see, we can watch the game unfold live. I think that would be pretty awesome. So, and OBS allows some of those things. You could potentially do it with like Restream, some other softwares like it too, but it's a bit of a learning curve. It's different. So, yeah, that's all that. What else do we have coming up? We're still plowing our way through the Dungeons and Lasers creature pack. The Warlord Titan decided that it didn't like any of the repairs I made to it and kind of just fell apart again. So we'll probably have to make another video. Repairs number 2, Electric Boogaloo on that one. Let's see. Did the guac already happen from you guys over that are following the Dungeon Delver? You guys know if did that already happen? I'm trying to remember the dates for that, but not yet. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I've been trying to figure out of what I've got already here, what I might want to part with for Claricon, and if I want to maybe potentially approach Mr. Sylvia about being a vendor at the Guac and potentially doing some stuff there for minis. But 24th through the 28th. So starting on the Wednesday there. Yeah, it looks like I don't even think I'll be able to attend. I'll probably be able to pop in and out. But I will be gone from the 25th to the 29th. So I don't think that's necessarily worth it to try and do the vending stuff then. But I'll still be lurking in there if you guys go. I'll still be lurking in there. So you'll see me around. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Kind of crazy. But okay, yeah. I'm excited to see what all turns out with the Guac this year, and Mr. Sylvie's fantastic convention. I think it'll be a good time, and I look forward to lurking all the fun games that happen. Had a blast at the last one. I was tickled pink after that. Hey, how's it going, Lightmane? It's good to see you. I'm just kind of chatting and wrapping it up for tonight. Ran into some technical difficulties with the cameras tonight, and I still have no clue what's going on with it or what's essentially causing it. I'm learning some new software that we're using for the stream, and it's been just a little bit of a rocky road with the learning curve. I think I have it figured out, and then I start streaming, and a little bit later it just kind of likes to throw me a curveball. So, but that's okay. I think we had a lot of fun tonight getting some of these bits off of this big old plate for our Emperor of Mankind model. And I think it was a decent amount of headway, to be honest. And I had a lot of fun. But we're just kind of wrapping it up. I started listening to your the chapter of your book with the tower. They finally reached the tower. Let me see. I don't want to botch the title here. You can go to my history and find it, because I was just watching that not long ago. Chapter 6, Encounter in the Tower. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with them now that they've left the temple and whatnot, and they're going on that adventure. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I was listening to that a little bit while I was working today. It's my favorite time to listen to it, to be honest. I love listening to your book while I'm working. It keeps both sides of my mind active. I can do the thing I'm working on, and then I can listen to the book, and I have wonderful fantasy imagery that runs through my head. If you haven't listened to Lightmane's book, it's definitely worth a listen, in my opinion. I really enjoy the characters that are there. Each one has their own distinct personality and things to like and things to grind on when it comes to them. But I have been enjoying it quite a bit. Well then, I think... I could show this off. Here we go. We got in some our Blade Guard veterans for the paint and compare with Hound's Armory and Frost and Fists. They're two kind of Warhammer 40k centric channels that are big friends of ours, and so I sent them also each a box of these Blade Guard veteran Space Marine guys. We're going to paint them up. We're going to compare them with each other and talk shop and bash on each other, maybe just a little bit to spice things up. But I think it's going to be a good time. We're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to conduct that. So be on the lookout for it. It should be a good time. I have yet to figure out exactly how I want these guys to look. I'm thinking I want to go... I thought about going really, really grimdark with it, because I think it would be a very big outlier, because Frost and Fist does some really good... They both do really good heavy metal style painting, which is kind of this box art style painting, and it's tricky to pull off. But I think if I went super grimdark with it, it might be kind of fun, and it might be quite a bit different than their paint styles, which would be fun to see. Although I'm not sure. Only time will tell with that. Rick Vito? Okay. I dig it. Chronicles of Amber. Oh, okay. Hey. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I did see the B2 module on your channel as well. So I'm still working through the first Forestra's Fate book. Takes me a while to get through these. Beato. Nice. Okay. Duly noted. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, just for the sake of lengthwise. And if you are in the replay and watched all the way through, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Again, we'll hopefully Monday I'll have everything kind of squared up with this, figure out exactly what's going on. And to everybody who watched tonight, thank you for being here, Lightmane. Thank you for being here, Vaughn Gifford. Thank you for being here, Collecting Chaos, as well as Calvinoni, the one and only, and Evolution of Gaming. Popped in for a bit too, I believe. So thank you all for being here. It was a lot of fun. Oh boy. Well, that's really cool about that guy. Interesting. But anywho, yeah, thank you very much for being here. I'm your host, Bill T with Paint Minis Live. We will see you again Monday at 8:45 Central Time. And we'll be painting up some creepy crawlies this time, I promise. I wanted to get my greedy little mitts on these bits of plastic and start building. So, yeah. So take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you then.